Hello everybody, welcome back. It is the last bracket of the Rotten or Fresh Season 3 Tourney predictions. Just to give you a quick recap before we get started, remember the Rotten Rumble was won by John from The Real Talk. The Tomato Tussle, Ren Geekness took that bracket. And the Beefsteak Brouhaha ended with Mike from Married Movie Reviews coming out on top. Today we have the last bracket. It is called The Fresh Fight. And without any further ado, let's talk about this, and then let's get into talking about the championship in the final prediction for this whole damn day. First off, we have the other number one seed, Zack, the Deadpool Pope, versus future filmmaker 39480. If Ren Geekness is the Tom Brady of Rotten or Fresh, Zack Pope is Aaron Rodgers. Arguably better? Doesn't necessarily put out the crazy feats, you know. Zack's not really a TKO player. He's not a total string of perfect scores to decimate you and your team. But Zack is a smart player. He's a jack of all trades. He plays round one well. He doesn't give up points in round two. He can list like a motherfucker. This dude knows his movies. He will pull out a Cronenberg on you, goddammit. And in the last round, he's good as well. Zack Pope is just a super, super strong player. And future filmmaker 39480, good dude. Comic books, he knows his stuff. But right now, the smart bet is Zack Pope. How do you beat Zack Pope, though? Either you play round one so well that Zack Pope can't get to you, or you basically steal all his points in round two. I think if you steal Zack's points in round two and you put up a respectable listing round score, then you're going to have a good shot. But if you got to be careful. Josh Drake from Future Filmmaker, you have to be careful of this dude. This guy will run up the scoreboard if you let him. You gotta come in with your motherfucking A game. You understand me? Unfortunately, I'd predict Zack Pope to win, but inspired words for Mr. Josh. This next one is actually one of the more fun matches. Honestly, this is probably my favorite bracket of the ones that I've seen here. J1 goddamn % Vaders versus Tyler Calvert. I don't know what his nickname would be. The Beard? I'm going to go with experience. I'm going to go with knowledge. I'm going to go Jay Vaders. Jay is a guy who kind of has the best of both worlds. He has that high personality, but the points don't lie. The knowledge doesn't lie. You give Jay Vaders a Julia Roberts category, he will run it up your ass. And I think Jay has something that a lot of big championship in the making people don't necessarily have, which is he's disarming. Jay is a jokester. He's a prankster. Every question he'll have a little remark to. And it kind of, at least for me, it kind of turns me away sometimes from how good this guy really, really is. It's kind of like, oh, he's Jay, he's a jokester. You don't really take him that seriously until you see the points and until you see him play. And this guy has the ability to basically throw people off of their game. I really think that the one goddamn percenter has it in him. I think this match, you know, he has everything to prove. So I'm going to call Jay Vaders for this one. It's not going to be an out-and-out bloodbath. I think Jay and Tyler are going to trade a couple points. This is going to be a really fun match, something that you definitely need to pay attention to. One of the higher rated or highly anticipated matches for me. This next one, oh man. This is the most heartbreaking one for me because it features two of my good buddies on this YouTube thing. Larry from LC Screen Talk versus Douglas Beamer. Tearing me apart, rotten or fresh. Picking between one of these guys is like picking between my left or right arm. I decided to go safe. I went with experience. I went with the categories and perfect scores. I think Larry has a strong understanding of animation. I think he has a good berth on new releases as well. And he'll surprise you with a perfect score or two. That dude knows his stuff. Do not sleep on Larry in this match. Douglas Beamer is strong with universe stuff. He has a lot of reviews where he covers universes, a big list of movies, and keeping a lot of movies and details memorized and keeping it in one package. It's a good skill to have for Rotten or Fresh, so I would definitely rely on that sort of detailed understanding, that sort of organizational skill to keep all these scores in check. But ultimately, oh man, Larry from LC Screen Talk. I'm sorry, Doug. You know I love you both, but I had to pick one. So today, my left arm wins. We have Men versus Movies versus Men versus Movies versus John Hayek. John Hayek, I never heard of him before. Cool dude. Seems to have a lot of experience here with these screenings and meeting people. He's got a lot of energy. This is a guy who can talk 1,000,000 miles a second because I think he has 1,000,000 miles worth of opinions. Again, though, I'm going with experience. I'm going with points. I'm going with Men versus Movies. So let's bring it back to football. If Bren is Tom Brady and Zack is Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to go with Men versus Movies as Matt Ryan. Somebody who's not out in the forefront. He's not the champion yet. But do not sleep on this guy's skills. He's gone up against some of the toughest competition in Rotten or Fresh history, and he's more than held his own. Griffin is smart. He knows how to play the game. He knows his movies. And I think he has the arsenal that it takes to potentially go far in this tournament. We're going to go into the semifinals of the Fresh Fight, and this is a fun match. This might be the best match of Rotten or Fresh, at least before the championship. Zack, the Deadpool Pope, versus Jay, 1% Vaders. And this time, I am taking an upset. You heard it here, folks. Jay Vaders, I predict to win against Zack Pope. And why? Remember, Zack and Jay went to sudden death together. Jay is a damn good player. Just because he throws out jokes does not mean he doesn't throw up points. Jay will wreck fools. Jay has everything to prove. Jay has a name to make for himself, to carve into Rotten or Fresh history. He's already got a good foothold. He's the first meme of the show. But I think Jay wants to solidify that with a championship win. So, you know what? It may not be my much, but I'm calling Jay to win this. After that, we have LC Screen Talk versus Men versus Movies. And in this one, I love Larry. I really do. He's one of the kindest souls on this website. He gifted me my digital copy of Avengers Infinity War. Griffin's got the points. There's something about Griffin that's a little bit more consistent than Larry across the board. With every game, I think Griffin has had kind of like a better spread throughout the entire match, whereas Larry can falter here and there. So with this one, I'm going to call Griffin from Men vs. Movies to win. Which brings us to the final of the Fresh Fight. Jay Vaders versus Griffin versus Men versus Movies. And like I said before, Jay is out for blood. I'm calling Jay Vaders to win this one. Jay is incredibly strong. And he's strong in categories that you wouldn't think YouTube movie personality would be strong in. Because you expect everybody to know the MCU. You expect people to know new releases. But a guy that knows Julia Roberts, a guy that can go in the listing round and give you some indie nerdy points, those are the little details. Those are the little niche categories that will catapult you to the top. And I think while Jay and Griffin have a good understanding, and it's going to be a damn good match, I think with this one, Jay's going to squeak by, and he's definitely going to take this. So that'll be it. The last champion we have in the Rotten or Fresh Season 3 tourney will be, in my ill-educated mind, Jay Vaders. Esteemed YouTubers and friends, it is time to predict the ultimate championship to end all championships. This is the Rotten or Fresh Tourney of the Ages Championship. Let's go over a couple of the champions again. Remember, from the Rotten Rumble, we have John from the Real Talk taking that particular bracket. From the Tomato Tussle, I predicted Ren Geekness. From the Beefsteak Brouhaha, we've got Mike from Married Movie Reviews. And most recent, from the Fresh Fight, Jay, 1% Vaders. This match, let's just say, it's gonna be great. There's gonna be points up the board. I don't think this is going to be a blowout for anybody. These are strong players that don't give up points easily. I think it is literally just going to be a chess game about who makes the first mistake. What's weird is I don't have Ren winning this. That first match that he did was kind of inconsistent. He got 1 point in round 1. Now, he may have boned up for the championship episode. That comeback was amazing. But I think with Ren, there might be this thing of pressure. There might be this thing of like inconsistency going on. And in a match full of guys that don't like to give up points easily, I think being inconsistent and missing a couple questions could be the deciding factor in winning or losing. So for me, I don't have Ren Geekness winning this. I like the Real Talk, but he lost against Mike. He lost by 1 point, but he lost against Mike. And I think that sort of competition between John and Married Movie Reviews, it's up there. I think it could be a nice little rematch. It could be kind of distracting, though. Knowing that you lost against somebody first, knowing that the first time you fought against somebody you lost against them could get into your head. My gut, my heart doesn't tell me that John's going to win this. I think it might just be that little mini competition within the competition that might distract people. And so, when I thought about the person who has everything to win, who won't get distracted by potential in competition, it suddenly clicked to me that the most obvious, the most, like, why haven't we thought about this before, but it makes total sense. I think it's his year. Ladies and gentlemen, I am predicting Jay 1% Vaders to win this entire damn thing. Jay is disarming. He will sneak up on you with his jokes, with his prankster attitude, and he will drop the points and the knowledge on you. I definitely think it is Jay's time. Jay is ready. Jay is hungry. Jay is the first meme we've had on here. He is rotten or fresh to the core. And I think in this one, he will finally come out fresh from the Fresh Fight. Jay Vaders, I'm calling it. He's going to win Season 3 of Rotten or Fresh. And that's it, baby. We did it. Talking about all the brackets, we broke down every matchup. Like I said before, it's heavily biased, it's ill-educated, and it's all in good fun. So definitely give me your predictions of who's going to win the final bracket and who's going to win this entire damn thing. Let me know who's going to win this kind of shit in the comment section below. Thank you to Ryan and Cody O'Toole in advance for making this fun-ass game, for delivering on a fantastic season. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. As the rounds go and as people shift, we're definitely going to update the bracket. I know Ryan and Cody were talking about round 2 potentially being seeded differently. Not necessarily from the brackets we see, or the way that I did it based off of their Twitter posts, but potentially, you know, who had the most points here going up against each other, and etc. They might reseed the whole thing, and if they do, we'll go over this bracket again. We'll have more information, we'll have more knowledge, and maybe make a better prediction. But right now, like I said, my heart's for you, Jay. Let's do this, buddy. I got $50, Jay. Prove me right. thank you all very much for watching. If you want to stay tuned to more Rotten or Fresh news, predictions, etc., subscribe to HalfKocked. If you want awesome movie reviews from a bunch of idiots in a car, HalfKocked is your game. We also talk about different tags. We've got ideas for the fall movie season, which is just jam-packed this year. We're going to have Halloween stuff. We're going to have What's Your Point episodes. We're going to have Viewer's Choice. It's going to be a lot of fun here on HalfKocked. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely stick to that. Like, share, subscribe, comment, everything you do. Just inundate yourself in the glory of HalfKocked and Rotten or Fresh. And support all these people that I've talked about. It was a lot of fun going through this list, seeing 16 channels, most of whom I've never seen before, learning what these people are all about. Definitely go back through the brackets, check out each of these people's channels. They are definitely worth your time, attention, and love. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. I've been Daniel from HalfKocked. See you around. Bye!